What's up, back, y'all? It's Southern Melles, and we are here back again. It's been a little minute since we came back.
It
We're coming
has.
back in strong. Once again, let's introduce ourselves. I am Gabriel Glover, and
Hi
we have
guys, I'm Kobe Sutton.
yes, and we're here today. Just kind of give you a little background of ourselves. You've never seen the show before. We did a couple episodes before, so please go back and promote. We got an Instagram, we got all type of stuff here. And our channel is just really about focusing on different issues while also just having a good conversation and trying to be open-minded as possible, while relating to everything that we can and in our own comfort zone, you know what I'm saying? Even going out of our own comfort zone and reaching out. So, Kobe, how are we feeling today? What's up? What's on the docket? What's up with you on
First
the
of all,
docket?
I'm tired. I'm tired. I had classes from 8 to 5 all week, so I'm like
Mhm.
pretty much worn through. Like my brain is fried. Like there's nothing up there. But I powered through so I could talk to the guys today, and we're gonna get to some really interesting topics, I think.
Yeah. So, hey, I'm doing quite well as well. I just been sitting here. Look, we're exploring life. We're going through things. Trying to figure out next moves, next relocation, things like that. We're trying to see what is the next era. That is a new thing. That is probably for us who's, we're 26 years old. Excuse me, the new
Ooh.
era where we're coming in, and I'm just happy to be there. So. Our topic today is something that I think black people as a whole would be a taboo topic to talk about, right? Because our topic today is post black funeral activities.
But
So
why
the
you feel like it's taboo to talk about though? I mean, I feel
because
like that's
people in their traditions don't like to be questioned, right? And it is a cultural thing for us. Why we feel Okay, let's get into the topic. So, the biggest question of it all, and this is a friend. A friend told me, they was like, "Gabe, I think y'all should talk about this. Post-black funeral activities, funeral culture of black people. Well, post-funeral culture, because we're referring to after the funeral, after the family at the church, after the family and the family and post friends, other friends, come eat. This is immediate family and the people who really get down and to get down. Okay, so why do we celebrate in a way that's with liquor and smoking? One point. Second, also, it's okay. It may be okay to have liquor and smoking, but do we have to have liquor and smoking? And also, what should we do it on the next day to keep that day sacred for burial? So that's the question he wanted me to pick up. So let me see. Let's one we want to start
let's
off
start with
with.
the first. Let's start with the first point.
Okay,
I'm
it's
I'm
first
really
one. We're
eager to
gonna start the
start with
first
the
one.
first point.
Okay, go ahead, hit
Um,
us off.
the friend, and this is not me because I've come to realize everyone has not been exposed to certain things.
Correct.
So the question of the liquor and smoking part, I just feel like they haven't seen TV, especially anything to do with a person that's Irish or a person that's Catholic, period. Because that's the first thing they do is like
Okay,
that has been
so
at
the
every
point you're breaking
funeral.
down is, which I also kind of also want to get down. What are we comparing it to? Are we going to compare? Are we comparing it to other cultures? So you're pointing to the point of, what's another culture does, right? And so I now this person is very educated, and I think they're saying it more that not saying that other cultures do not, but more so, why do we go to the way I think the way it may look? Now it could be also how they look at liquor and smoking.
And
And
I think that's what
and
it is because I mean most of these, especially black people, Irish
mhm,
people do too. Any I will say any race of people that has gone through a traumatic experience at some point,
mhm,
they look at death as a celebration of life. I
right,
mean, black people, we were enslaved peoples, and death was seen as that initial escape. You're no longer
but yeah,
someone's workhorse.
bound, yeah,
And the same thing goes for the Irish people. I mean, we have to realize these people were sending off their food to a whole nother country, and all they was left to eat was potatoes, and then them potatoes went bad, and this was just a country that was left starving for damn near 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, and they're
Well,
seeing it celebrations of
yeah.
life. And I mean, I think that's where the drink, especially the drinking and the funeral songs come in. Because it's supposed to be a celebration. It's not supposed to be seen as something sad.
Yeah.
Because this person has given up their worldly burdens, as many of funeral hymns say.
Yeah, I understand. I can relate to that point. Let me see, like, let me break it down. I understand. Okay, so we're going with other cultures. I'm pretty sure other cultures, and I would love for other cultures to say something in the comments and kind of to spread this around to try to see what is other post funeral cultural ways. I'm pretty sure there is food is of course in everybody, and I'm pretty sure different cultures have also food for certain things. Like we know as Black people, what's something we know we black. I mean, we know to bring chicken, we know to bring the the
One
collard
thing that I
greens, the potato
saw
salad. This is our
consistent
food.
uh, for every funeral that I've been to and in my research that I've done,
Mhm.
the most consistent thing is funeral sandwiches, girl. I don't know what it is
I
about a funeral
and chicken
sandwich,
salad
but
at that.
that's the most consistent across the board. Somebody gonna get some Hawaiian rolls, stuff it
Or
with some cheese and some turkey and ham, slap a little
club
mayonnaise
crackers.
on it. Put it in the oven, butter it up, boom. If you everybody I know that has died black, white, green, blue, orange, purple has had a doggone funeral sandwich at their service.
Yeah, sure. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that. It's easy, it's quick. Hey, I used to do dietary type shit, so I get it. It's easy, quick. Watching them do it, nothing like no quick chicken spaghetti and stuff. But back on the topic, like, so how do we view? I view liquor and smoking. Let's say because we did hit on the point of was it their view on how they look at liquor and smoking, right? Now I do both. We do both, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I don't. I think it's just the view. But
I mean,
I think
because I mean,
also the time of celebration for us is that's just what that was. It's just a cultural thing. Now I, I like the second point because is it should we separate it for a day specifically for that day? And also we can give ourselves a third question. How would that look if we kept that day sacred? Like, what will we do to just keep that day sacred? Will we just have the post and, have it at the funeral, have it, the food, and then everybody just go? Like, what I'm saying? Like, but we know
I'm really
ourselves.
trying to be
Yeah.
open minded with this question here
Right.
because it honestly just sounds like this person has a problem with partying during a funeral. Because I mean, this has been going on for eons, and I mean, it's a celebration of life. There's nothing else. I mean, there's no
Oh,
other way for me to put that. And it just sounds like you have a
yeah.
problem with the drinking and smoking part. And if that's the case, that person needs to make out um, some type of prior or right. Look, I don't want y'all partying too hard during the morning phase for me or whatever. If that's that person's,
Individual
disposition, but
thing.
yeah, and because I feel like you can't tell necessarily people how to mourn. Not saying that's what they're trying to do, but I mean that's the culture and it's the proven culture just from slavery. So
Right.
I don't understand. I guess because they're making it seem like it's like we're being like
Okay.
we're
Great. Baking on the point of being celebration. Funerals bring back people, right? And so that's the whole point is, and to bring it back to the celebration part and to bring it back to the other side, to the side that's against it, against the statement. It's about celebration, right? So and people come. So when you got especially Black people specifically, when we know we got cousins and other family coming in from out of state and stuff, the first thing we do is cook and get a liquor in our system, and that's just kind of real about it, because it is, and play some games is exactly. So the question is because we had I had a family member that passed, and yesterday, and I was looking at, and I am kind of against the same. I understood where they came from because I understand the problem. Out to the point of, I think it's also how do we look as Black people, right? And I think it's that kind of thing too. They were
But
kind of
see, that's the
touching
thing. Why
on,
are they're focusing only on black people when black people are not the only people who party during
right,
like
right,
I just
and
feel like their worldview is too closed for them to have made that statement
statement.
because if they would have Googled just like mourning cultures, period, they would see that celebrating is like it's common amongst a few different religions.
Right.
So I feel like a Google search would have kept you from making a less informed question
Okay.
is what I'm pretty much boiling it down to. Because if
Okay.
you wouldn't have said that if you I feel like that person wouldn't have asked that question if they would have been exposed to other mourning cultures.
Mhm.
Because just to say that we do it, especially when it comes to say just to say that it's just us when it comes to drinking and smoking, when we're not the only ones who do it, because the Irish, girl, they get way more. I'm talking about, and this is a week-long celebration, and the body is sitting in your house, G, in the living room.
Yeah. So
Like
how do
when it
you feel
comes to a
about,
wake,
yeah.
that's where the original wakes come from.
Okay.
It comes from them. Awake is, and it's supposed to be a wake. Like it's not supposed to be dead at all, like people make it to be. It's supposed to be a very lively experience: food, drinking, dancing, reminiscing about the dead. Good memories about the dead. That's what it's supposed to. It's supposed to be.
So how do you feel about the second and third question? So first, the second question. So reading from my phone, should we celebrate it the next day, or should we leave that one of those days sacred to keep it? What? I mean, I know you saying it's a week-long celebration for other people, and most of the time for us, especially in modern times, it's just availability, pricing, flights,
Yeah, it's
availability.
just
I
availability
mean,
because I mean,
let's be real.
last funeral my family had, which thank God it's been a very long time since we didn't have to put on a funeral. But I mean, we got together that Thursday and that Saturday, by the time we put, our people in the ground, we had finished up all the partying and all of that. Like it's supposed to culminate when you put your dead in the ground. Then you go on
So,
about your everyday.
so
Like it's
okay. So,
not
on
a
your point, you're saying that everything is celebrated, then the funeral will be the last thing y'all celebrate in at the
Yeah,
funeral.
yeah. And then that's a wrap on that.
Okay.
But you celebrate as you make the funeral preparation and as you go on down the line.
Right.
And this is because at one point you got put in something called the cooling house. Folks wasn't going to no pallbearers or no funeral. You went to the cooling house. They put you on the cooling board, which was literally just a cool board like that you would put ice or something under to keep meat cool. And they
Mm.
would put you on it, and the women of the house would come and wipe you down and get you ready. And as all of this is going on, they're covering mirrors, they're cooking food, like that's where that time of congregation is supposed to come from as they're preparing the body.
Yeah.
So that's why you celebrate up until
Up
the
until that
funeral.
time. Well, we could, my family, we do a little bit differently. We kind of, it would say we love a good post celebration. I'll tell you about it. A good
Now
post.
that's not to say we're not gonna have a repast or somebody gonna fry some food after, but it's
That's
not.
what we're referring to, though. But like we have a good one. But I understand the point of also I get both points of it being the point of being something can be classy based and done correctly in their honor, and then as a family, let's collectively let's go get fucked up the next day.
But see,
I can
now
see both sides.
but that just goes into a class thing, though, not a history thing or why do we do it though. That's just a class thing because
I
now we're
mean,
getting out of why we do it into how we do it. Now, if you don't have a problem with doing it,
they
and
don't
it's just
connect.
how you do it, that's a personal thing. I wouldn't say so because that depends on the personality of the family. Like you just said. Now, your folks may want to go out to the hood and light up a blunt and do what they want to do for their post after. while you have other people who have the repast at the country club and they're drinking a nice neat scotch out of a crystal glass. It's the same thing. It's
Mhm.
the same celebration for the same situation. It's just done in two different ways based off the class and or economic background of said family.
All right. Now he was saying to the point of it's across the board. He still stands on the point. He said there's nothing wrong with celebrating. I want to emphasize that. Nothing wrong with celebrating and having the liquor and drink personally for you. Because he did at that point, I will give him that credit personally for you. It's an individual thing. He did say that. But then also, are we standing on the point? Do we need two separate days? Do we need a day to keep it sacred? And do we need a day to, cut up after?
I mean, well, I also feel like you're supposed to be revering your dead and your loved ones through the whole process. So I feel like the whole time is sacred. Even the drinking and the celebration is sacred. And I say that because half the time that we drink and we sitting there making jokes and telling stories about the person that's passed. So I see that it's very sacred in keeping the memory alive, me personally. Like
Mhm.
I just feel like again, like I said, I just feel like maybe this person wants the funeral celebrations to happen in a more in a classier way, which is fine. That's fine.
Mhm.
But I wouldn't question. I mean, I would question why we do it, but not from that standpoint of if we should keep stuff sacred or not, because I feel like the whole situation is sacred. Even the drinking is sacred because we're doing this as a family. We've come together to honor the one that has passed. This is not
Right.
just us getting together to get black, to get shit faced on a random Saturday because a cousin is home. Someone has passed and we're getting together to not only mourn but to remember those good times.
Right. Yeah, I understand. If we keep the focus and the central goal point, I mean, and it can be used for any general statement, but if you keep the central goal point and of the celebration, you won't you keep the sacredness. I do like this point. And we're gonna move on, y'all, because we're gonna, we try to keep a time limit for
Yeah,
but also I just want to finish off in saying that it's a blessing to be with your family, and funerals
it
are
is.
that. They are a taboo blessing sometimes,
Yeah, yeah.
for healing and growth, and you know, it's just an interesting point. So the next question, next topic we're gonna get on, is so we're gonna get on Senegal. So Senegal has, and back in around April, March, and it's still in this area
Are you talking
in this
about that
time
double
frame.
penetration law? I mean, double punitive law.
Ah! You mean DP? You mean when I did go like this and I did go like this?
And they
Yeah.
touch.
And they touch. Um, and I was about to do a quote from Waiting to Exhale. And they daddies. Anyways, okay, so yeah, man. So Senegal has right in this time frame, and it's still being very active, and the reason why it's still coming up and it was enacted back in April and March area is because
Hmm.
of the UN seeing it as, of course, inhumane. So we're gonna hit it. All right, so right here, we're gonna show
Why
you.
is no one
Oh, we're
reading?
always ready, so don't do that. Senegal's harsh anti-gay law criminalizes HIV infection, hit services. So the biggest part of this interview, of this article is that I want to hit right here. Between 4 and 9, the 9th of February, oh, it's a country, Jesus. Police in the capital of Dakar arrested 12 men, among them in Chike Diallo, one of Senegal's best known television presenters. They were all charged on same-sex relations and intentional transmission of HIV. So, further along in this article, and it even has more hit topics if you want to hit on, read further. Is that they're believing that this disease is solely based off of,
Um, so
it's
only homosexuals can
uh,
get
only
HIV is what they're saying.
yeah. So, but also, the article further goes into speaking about how the criminalization and the secretness can lead to more HIV prevalence.
Yes, because now they're finna put this is pushing more men in the closet. The
Right.
more they're going to the closet, the more they're not going to go to the doctor because they're not going to say they're having sex with men, and they're just going to be doing it on the streets. I bet you sex work is about to shoot up over there
Mhm.
because of that. It's about to get real dangerous over there, and I don't think they realize. I don't think they realize it. And then
Yeah.
furthermore, if they keep criminalizing it, the jail the HIV numbers in their jails, which I'm sure is probably already
Yeah.
it's
So
really for
yeah.
the skyrocket.
So let's go ahead and finish the article. So let me see some. So I want to hit right here in this point. There we go, right here. Of those arrested, at least 24 has been charged with voluntary HIV transmission. And the reason why they said at the end instances involving individuals on treatment on undetectable viral loads is because undetectable people at this point
Can't pass the disease.
can't pass the disease, right? So, but the biggest point we want to hit on is on 31st of March, President Faye signed into law amendments passed by the National Assembly, 135 votes, y'all, to none.
To none. Everybody unanimously said yes.
Yes to
These people
those,
need,
no
yeah,
to those faggots. And that's
down with the
exactly
faggots. That's what
down
they
with the
said.
homosexuals. That's what it
And they meant
was.
every word.
And they meant every word they said, so by doubling the maximum sentencing for same-sex relations under Article 319 from 5 to 10 years, the glorification of homosexuality defined the law as any public representation by word, writing, image, or sound promoting same-sex relations are now carry penalties of 3 to 7 years in
Sound,
prison.
sound is crazy. So you're
Yeah,
telling me if I play a song with the word gay in it, you are going to throw me in the penitentiary?
and fines up to 5 million francs, which is close to $9 to $10,000. So yeah, we got a problem here, man. I want to start off by saying like we are quite blessed. To be here in America is very still challenging because we did grow up in the deep South, right, in Louisiana, and but we are quite blessed at the same time. But there's still a
Yeah,
long
because I
journey,
mean, I,
man.
I I didn't grow up with it when it was illegal. I mean, I like it like I've never
Yeah,
it's never been on the books while I was alive that homosexuality was, illegal.
I
I couldn't
mean,
imagine that. Like I couldn't imagine being especially because our forefathers of the 80s and 70s most definitely were alive when this shit was on the books
yeah,
illegal.
but still in certain states up to like 2003 where sodomy was still illegal.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't think that the people who like put these sodomy laws like have actually Googled like
Like
sodomy. Like I
sodomy,
don't think they understand that sucking dick is also sodomy.
right?
And it's like a lot of stuff is sodomy. So
So, but
just
doing
stop
yeah,
saying
saying those words, but when we do research and that's the same words they're going to promote sodomy laws, and this is like that, which is bullshit. But like I say, more research, education broadens your mind on what things are going to go, how things, what things are actually
please,
are.
y'all. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? I'm sorry, y'all can't because of the screen. But it's a phone, people. Use it. Google. Y'all literally have computers at your fingertips, and a quick Google search would really keep y'all from sounding stupid. That's all I got to say. I just feel like a lot of stuff that's just like when we talk. The article said HIV, the undetectable. If y'all would Google what undetectable means, like I mean, it's just like, do y'all sit down and think, like really critically think before y'all open y'all mouths and make plans? Because it's a lot of stuff that I look at and I be like, y'all just couldn't have known what this meant.
Yeah. Scoot over. Oh, I say, yeah. I don't know why it's doing that. That's weird.
It zoomed me in, and I was trying to keep me
It's that
framed.
yeah, that frame thing, child. But on the topic of this, man, it's just interesting to me, the progress, but still the the anti-laws. But it doesn't surprise me. I mean, homophobia is still rampant, don't get me wrong. And I hate when people say to me, oh, it's not. And it's, yeah, you don't care, but you do care. Because you
Can we
wouldn't want your own
please?
kids to be gay. And let's be real here. I mean, you do care, so why say you don't care a lot? You just don't want to, and people will say, oh, we're policing. Yeah, because if the certain point, we would have to, because it's like, because you would think you could just say what you want. And if
First of
people
all,
don't police what you say, and I mean not in a way to really just be so sensitive, but police in a way of being like, hey, broaden what you thinking just for a moment because you're kind of tripping a little bit because what's the quorum? What's the quorum with, you know?
I've come to realize, and I just realized this here recently.
Mm.
You cannot expect people who have never even had a shallot or to even know what a shallot is to have had basic vegetables. You cannot expect them to have this broadened view of the world. And Lord knows I have for the longest. It's like, come on now, people. This stuff is right here at your fingertip. Some people just don't care to learn because they're okay with living in ignorance. They feel like they've made it this far without knowing, and they don't need to know. And I really do not like those type of people because I pride myself on being a forever a person in education. I'm always going to be learning. I'm a forever learner. There's never going to be a time when I'm not going to stop learning. Like I'm literally thinking about getting another degree when I finish this degree. And it's not even about degrees. It's just about exposing yourself to different things.
Mhm.
And as long as they have these small world views, they're not going to be able to handle a concept of someone being gay and being okay with it. It's just never going to happen.
No, and we can't sit there and force people. And the force, and and nobody sits here and forces anything. I think people do want to. I think I will say this. I think gay people do want to have a respectful influence because they have given a influence onto culture, pop culture, into a lot
Yes.
of things, into a lot of things. But
Into church culture, but they really not ready for that.
into black culture and into black culture, and it has its own culture within its own culture, you know what I'm saying, especially as black folks and Latinos. So damn it, I lost my point. But
Girl, and some
overall,
Latinos, because they think they want.
well, Latinos are they do try to, I know some very much white adjacents of wanting to be white adjacent because just like those Asians.
Oh, girl, don't even get me started on men.
Asians are the worst with that. Crazy about it. White people will let an Asian in before anybody else, and I really don't understand
You
that.
hear me? I mean, in a heartbeat, in a in a in a flash.
And I be like, so what is it? Yeah, I gotta research that and get back to you. But we don't have a lot left on the timer. I try to keep it in a nice respectful level for y'all. But I am blessed to be here today, and
I
we are
am.
blessed
I'm
to be
feeling
here in
good.
Southern Melles, here promoting, and we're gonna be here. I mean, how you feeling? How you feeling?
I
Running
feel
out of
good.
time?
I feel great. I feel
Ah!
like
Be good though.
uh
We got to get two
we got to,
minutes.
well, I just got to get back to talking to y'all, doggone it. I ain't been on the camera in a minute, y'all. So I got to get back used to talking to y'all
Mm.
because I haven't been on this camera in a little minute. And y'all, please interact with us in the comments or something. Is my finger pointing down? Is this over the comment box?
I don't
Okay,
know,
you
but
see,
it's pointing down though.
it's pointing down though. Comment, sons of guns. I can't say sons of bees, but sons of guns.
You cussing this whole time. Um, yeah, it's a blessing to be here, and we're Southern Males, y'all, and Southern Males is a nonprofit as well. We're also trying to make sure we're LLC as well, trying to get everything together to make sure we can do proper business correctly, proper legal business. We don't want no funny shit.
Right,
So
because we got to get these
please.
kids a scholarship. I'm really big. I'm
Right.
trying to get
We're really
scholarship
trying to get
funds.
stuff scholarship funds and as an organization, and shout out to our sister Janice. She's our other PR person, and we're trying to get our sister Desiree up in there as well. She's our other PR person for TikTok and trying to get our videos out there. We were talking about that actually. But hey. It's a blessing to be here. And like I said, we're once
It
again with
is.
Southern Males, and we will come back to you soon. Y'all be safe.
Have a good evening, y'all. Bye.